Carol O'Halloran, and welcome to the show. Over 50? So what? Age is just a number, not an excuse. Did you know that only 58% of adult Australians have made a will? And life is unpredictable. Our first segment today is going to look at the importance of making a will and highlight community legal services available to help us. Then energise yourself by joining in the 5-minute fitness routine. And lastly, how's your singing voice? The People's Choir is diverse and welcomes people all ages and abilities, even with no singing experience. Many of us, like myself, may procrastinate about making a will and appointing powers of attorney. Should we be unable to make decisions for ourselves at some time in the future? Well, today we're at a free information session on wills and power of attorney. We're going to hear from the Peninsula Community Legal Centre and the Office of the Public Advocate. Can we please welcome Will Betts, Deputy Legal Director from the Peninsula Community Legal Centre. Will heads up the PCLC's Elder Law Clinic, and he's an expert in issues to do with wills, power of attorney and elder abuse, which of course includes financial abuse. Here's Will.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for having me. I'm here to talk about wills and estate planning. And I often get asked, what are the things I should think about when I'm putting together a will, or whether I should update my will or change my will? And I actually take a very different view than a lot of my colleagues in the legal profession in relation to wills and estate planning. There are, of course, all the kind of legal requirements that you need in the making of a will. There's capacity, needs to be written, needs to be signed and witnessed and executed correctly. But people don't often consider the kind of preventative planning that can help prevent conflict when it comes to the drafting of a will. I'm sure many of you are aware of circumstances or have lived through circumstances where the passing of someone, especially a parent, can lead to irreconcilable splits and disagreements between family members, and often that can lead to family members and families falling apart. It's often a very emotional time, and often it's not necessarily to do with the money or the estate, but it's often to do with more family relationships. So being aware of those things when you are making a decision and when you are drafting your will is really important. First thing I would say is, when you're drafting your will, have conversations with your family, both the beneficiaries and the executors. Now, what is an executor? The executor is the person that executes the will. It's there in the name. Essentially, they are responsible for a number of things: funeral arrangements, what's to happen with the body, that kind of thing. But they're also responsible for distributing the estate to the beneficiaries. They have a duty to the beneficiaries to do that in a timely and efficient fashion.
When it comes to wills, which you've got that name, of course,
confusing.
it's always
Confusing. But yes.
When it comes to the importance of making a will, why is it important to make a will?
Listen, I think it's really important to make a will mainly for choice. It allows you to choose what happens to your estate after you pass. It's not just going to be left to some formula that may end up with things going where you don't want them to go. So it's really about making your wishes clear and choosing what happens to your estate.
So why do you think people are hesitant about making a will?
Listen, it can be a daunting thing. It's also something that people don't want to think about necessarily. I think, it's something that's going to happen to everybody, but we don't like to think about it. But I like to think of it as a way to plan. So it's really about, we plan a holiday, you plan to buy a house, you plan to start a business, but we don't really plan, passing. Being able to plan, and part of that being drafting a will, I think is really important.
And you don't have to draft a will with a lawyer.
No, that's right. There are do-it-yourself will kits. Many of them are available in your local post office. Also, the Office of the Public Advocate and the State Trustees, I believe, have will kits. I would be hesitant in relation to doing a draft your will kit if you have a complicated family or a complicated estate. You own lots of things. If you're lucky enough to own lots of things, then, as I said, best to engage a solicitor to do that for you. As I said, you talk to your executor. You make clear what your wishes are. You also talk to the beneficiaries. Make it clear what you want to leave them and why. The reason for that is you want to make sure that you're forestalling and preventing conflict, making it clear to everybody what they're going to receive. The worst thing that can happen is that everybody comes to the reading of the will, they're in an emotional state, and suddenly they're hit with something they weren't expecting. They're not getting the classic car, even though they'd spoken to you about it many times. The house is not going to the one child is no longer going to receive a benefit from the house, that kind of thing. If you make it clear beforehand, you're always going to be more likely to avoid, not always, but most of the time you're going to be likely to avoid conflicts down the track. Most of those conflicts relate to what's called family testator maintenance. That's where someone challenges a will, saying, I essentially had a reasonable expectation that I was going to get more benefit from the will. Now, there are ways you can navigate around that, but as I said, nothing is better than having those conversations early, making it clear in the will, and potentially even leaving something small to that person that you don't want to leave the majority of your estate to, and making it clear why you've made that decision.
We're chatting to Jackie Galloway, CEO of the Peninsula Community Legal Centre. Hi, Jackie.
Good afternoon. Lovely to be with you.
Yeah, it's been a great session today.
It has been. It's been a wonderful session, well attended and certainly very informative.
Yes, it's amazing to have sessions like this for the community, a free session to get this really important information out.
Absolutely. I think, end-of-life issues are important to people, and if you are well informed, you can make good decisions.
People may not be aware that there are free legal services. There are community legal centres out there. You're with PCLC, the Peninsula Community Legal Centre. So what does it do? What does PCL do and other community legal centres?
For Peninsula Community Legal Centre, we provide free legal advice, information, casework and court representation to people across the southeast suburbs of Melbourne.
And how does the process start? What do people do if they want some legal assistance?
Yeah, so if you have a legal issue, you contact Peninsula Community Legal Centre. Our staff will then ask you a few questions around what sort of legal issue. We will do a conflict of interest check to make sure that we have not assisted someone that may have been related to that matter. If there is no conflict of interest, we will make an appointment.
Okay, now if someone's not living around the peninsula and they want to find a centre near them, you said there's 160 Australia-wide, is that right?
Yeah, so if you're in Victoria, you can contact the Federation of Community Legal Centres via their website, or you can, in Australia, you contact Community Legal Centres Australia, their website, and they also will be able to direct you where your local community legal centre is. So there is some community legal centres in South Australia that can provide assistance, and it's always worth noting that Victoria Legal Aid or legal aid commissions across Australia also provide free legal advice. So if you can't get into your community legal centre, contact your legal aid commission office as well.
That is invaluable because so many people sitting at home, they go, I don't know what to do, where to go, and to have that service. I mean, I wasn't even aware of it myself, and it's been a brilliant event, well received. We had more people than we could fit in here. We had to turn a lot of people away, so thank you for all your good work.
Fantastic, thank you. It's been absolutely delightful and we look forward to running another session.
Today we've got a bit of disco. That was a really great era for me in the 70s. Love my disco. So we're going to start just with a simple step clap. Can you remember some of the moves from Saturday Night Fever? Because we're going to be doing them. This is just your get into the mood. Loosen up. Come on your feet, on your feet. Otherwise you can follow Fabulous Faye. All right, now we're going to do a hitchhiker. We go hitchhike, stick that thumb out. You got it? What's this one called? Hitchhiker. What's it called? Hitchhiker. You got it, haven't you? Because we're going to do it fast. Ready? Fast. You can do a little swivel with your feet at the same time. Now we're going to do 2 slow, 4 quick. Slow, slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow, slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And slow, slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should recognise this move now. Unless it's been 30 years since you've seen the movie. Okay, hold it there. Going to do a little knee bend. And we're going to point the finger in the air. The disco point. And we go up, down, down, down. That's it. See, you're getting these little pliés or squats in or knee bends at the same time. Let's try the other side. Up. Ready, point up to the clouds or the ceiling. Hold it there, again. Other side. And change. Up. This is the last time on this side. Okay, hold it there. We're going to take 2 steps to the side. And we go step together, step, tap, step together, step, tap, step together, step, tap. That's it. Now, put on the disco. Faye's cracking up over there. This is really good for someone like me who broke their arm. Keep it going. Okay, back to the step clap. Okay, can you remember? Hitchhiker. 2 slow, 4 quick. Slow, slow. Quick, 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 quick. Slow, slow. Quick, 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 quick. Slow. That's it. They used to call me the disco queen. I think Faye's going the opposite way. But that's okay, she's still doing it. Just like you. Keep doing it. Doesn't matter if you go the wrong way, do the wrong move. Just keep moving. Okay, let's do the finger point. Up. With a bend. That's it. We got it. Ready? Oh my goodness, that went fast. Are you ready to do the pose? Whoa! Do you enjoy singing, but you've been told that you can't sing? Well, today we're with the People's Choir in Melbourne, and they believe that everyone has a voice, and they'll help you to find yours. We're speaking with Bettina Spivakovsky, Director of the People's Choir. Well, hi Bettina, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too, Karen.
Been enjoying watching you in action with your rehearsal. Tell us about your group and how it got started.
Well, it got started a number of years ago with a friend of mine, Annabelle Taylor, who was a transplant recipient, and she decided she wanted to put back into the community something after she had been given her life back. And so she started the choir off. We'd worked together professionally in the arts scene, doing performances, and she rang me up and asked me to join the choir, and I couldn't at the time because I was involved in the corporate sector of work in the arts business. And so when the situation came that I was available, I thought, well, let's help out, let's see what I can do. And so I became the undercover boss, if anyone's ever seen that type of program, where I was one of the naughty singers, kept talking, doing all the wrong things, and realised what I should be doing is paying more attention, which I did. And then they said, please come on and join us and be the musical director. So I was.
So tell us why you're so passionate about the People's Choir.
Well, the People's Choir is a non-judgmental, non-discriminatory, all-inclusive choir for everyone without having to be auditioned. Everyone's a member. Even the associate members are treated as members. There's a respect for everybody here, and there's not one person that comes to the choir that doesn't come away without enjoying the experience, which I'm very grateful about, and that's because of the people that are there.
So you've got all ages, all abilities, all backgrounds. So what about the singing background? Do you take people who've never sung before? Tell us about that.
That's an interesting one. Everybody can sing. Everybody who has a voice, everybody can speak, and if everybody can speak, or not everybody, but if people have got the ability to speak, then they can make sound, and if they can make sound, they can make some sort of a sound that can be a singing sound, or even silence is part of music as well. We have somebody who's very non-verbal in the choir, and just throw a percussion instrument into his hand and he's playing percussion along with the choir and enjoys it, and that's really important too. But once you're in a group of people, there's a support also of sound. It's a collective sound. So those that are not necessarily always in tune or not feeling comfortable vocally, they start leaning towards the friends and the people around them. And there's a wonderful feeling of support. And that really helps with the choir as well.
So how do people find you if they want to become involved?
Well, if they look at choirs, community choirs, they'll find us on community choirs, or they can contact either David or myself, or look up the website, thepeopleschoir.com.au, www.thepeopleschoir.com.au, and find me there and David. Our numbers are there for everybody to find. Stonington has an advertisement for us as well in their local paper. So, yeah.
So if people aren't local, they might be watching from, Geelong or right round Victoria or South Australia. What would you say to them about why they should look at joining a community choir?
Oh, it gives you everything. It helps with the breathing. It helps you with memory. Music gets the brain moving in all different areas, shooting off all sorts of things. It gives you endorphins. It gives you the chemistry that goes on when you hear music. Music music that you don't know, when you have to start rethinking the process. So you're learning something. A new skill is incredibly important. Language, music, all these things are incredibly important.
Preventing dementia and Alzheimer's.
Oh,
brain
absolutely.
fitness, yes.
Yes, oh gosh, yes. So it's really, and then you've got that sense of community when you sing together. You job share. You're not singing by yourself. And so that's great fun.
Are you able to share any stories from how being a member of the choir has impacted their lives personally?
Well, we had, there's one woman whose husband passed, and she's not an elderly woman really, and she was put in a situation where she was very isolated, although she had friends. But coming to choir just gave her that extra little push of joy. And she actually came to me and said, "This is my happy place. I come here because this is my happy place during the week." So it's just wonderful to hear that sort of. I hear many of those stories, and people who've not been encouraged to sing, who've been, again, to use that word, isolated, to come and join a community and make new friendships, and then they have a voice, and it's their choir.
Yes.
Hi, Eva.
Hi,
Tell us about the choir.
choir is fabulous. I think you heard some of it tonight. An example, every Tuesday night we get together and we love it. It's just so beautiful. It's therapeutic. It's relaxing. It makes you feel good. And Bettina is amazing. She's our brilliant music director. We are so lucky to have her. And the band, we're so lucky to have a band every week. And the people in the choir are all fantastic. They're all friendly and really happy, and everybody enjoys our Tuesday nights.
What would you say to someone watching today about coming and joining you in the choir?
Definitely. I highly recommend it. I usually go home singing songs in the car, singing the songs we've sung, and it just puts you in a very happy mood.
Hi, Lisa. Tell us about the choir and why you like it so much.
The singing I liked.
And what would you say to someone at home about coming and joining the choir?
I will make an announcement and tell them to come as well.
So what do you get out of the choir?
Enthusiastic. It's a fun. I love the choir. I've always loved it, and it's outgoing.
And what about all the other people in the choir?
Some are brilliant, and I love it all.
Thanks, Lisa. That's awesome.
Yes, well, everyone should come along. People's Choir for the people. It is absolutely organised by the people, and everyone has a voice, so you really need to have your voice in the People's Choir because we need you there. Come along and join.
Beautiful. Well done. Thanks, Bettina.
Meeting the People's Choir was fantastic, and you don't even have to sing. You might even play an instrument or help out in some other way. Why not check out the People's Choir or community choirs in your area? If you need assistance when it comes to writing your will and organising your power of attorney, check out the Office of the Public Advocate or your local community legal centre, such as the Peninsula Community Legal Centre. Connect with us on Facebook, YouTube or Insta, and check out the guests and replays through the website carolohalloran.com. Replays also available on CTV+. Give me 5. Keep moving and doing your 5-minute fitness every day. Life is too short not to have fun. I'm Carol. See you next time.
Thanks for watching our TV show. Be sure to hit subscribe and then you'll never miss an episode. Jump on Facebook, join our group, get in on the fun, fitness, wellness and inspiration. I'm Carol, over 50. So what?